So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys the truth about how attractive you are and how that affects your life. On my main channel, I did a documentary about incels and the black pill and looks maxing, and I basically tried to convey this message that the most important thing in your life is not necessarily the way you look, but your character. But at the same time, I have to be honest and I have to share both sides of it. Improving the way you physically look will improve your treatment in society. That is a fact. And this is something that I've realized now. So if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you guys know I had like decently long dreadlocks, and I believe it suited me more. I mean, my hairline is not the best. I have a pretty big forehead. Right now, I don't even have a fresh cut as well. So like it kind of looks all types of mad, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put my bonnet back on. Um for that exact reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I look but ugly, but at the same time, I don't have that. It's not even a lack of confidence. It's more just like okay, cool. I'm not that level of that nigga anymore. Like I know until that shit grows back and until I eventually, you know what I'm saying, until I eventually reattach these bad boys back onto my head, because you know what I'm saying, I had like a high top, high taper, and now as you guys can see, I have like a low taper. So until I attach these bad boys, snip them in half, put them all across my head, I know that I'm not as attractive as I once was. And I'm basically gonna break down what it was like turning being unattractive, going from unattractive to being pretty attractive to now recently kind of like going back, but at the same time knowing the principles on how to glow up. And I'm basically going to just talk about the treatment in terms of the whole broad range. So there's kind of three camps in terms of this. Number one, there's the man who has never been conventionally attractive. Now, if you've never been conventionally attractive, this is going to be the worst state to be in, because a lot of the time, especially if you're young, if you're like in high school, you're going to have it rough, because high school, the social hierarchy is ultimately based on what you look like, unfortunately. If you do not look a certain way, people are not going to like you. How do I know this? Because I did not look a certain way and I got zero women, zero girls. I had obviously male friends, but in terms of women, it was not the best. You know what I'm saying? I had like one talking stage at like the end of high school, but it was nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the way you're treated is oftentimes determined on your looks when you're in high school, and it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you don't get validation on small things like the way you look. You kind of start to see yourself as like, damn, like I'm ugly. And then those inner thoughts about how you look or how you view yourself kind of manifest. So you end up with this kind of lowered self-esteem or lowered like version of yourself. Like I remember when I was in high school, for the majority of my high school career, I always had this like second guessing or second thought in terms of the way that I looked. And I always perceived myself like, damn, I don't look good. So that whenever like the girls would be around me, or like, you know what I'm saying, there'd be some gal around me, and that I would be hyper aware of me and hyper aware of myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what, like one of the only black kids in a mostly predominantly white school. A lot of my black friends were outside of school. That's why a lot of you guys might watch my videos, you're like, yo, why does my man sound like he's from London and then a little bit American, but then he grew up in Scotland? The reason for this is, in school I had friends, but like in terms of like closeness, like I used to chill with like, you know what I'm saying, my friends outside of school, and them man were black. A lot of them man were from England, innit? So I used to chill around them, and then I kind of picked up things. And then I would watch a lot of American TV when I was young, so that's where the American came from as well. And then I still got sly like bits of Scottish in my accent as well, but like I don't know, my accent's just confused. But I say that to say that I was this amalgamation of so many things, and the main thing is I just didn't fit in. I didn't fit in with the way I looked, I didn't fit in with the way I talked, and I didn't fit in even as down to like me being conscious of how I dressed or me presenting myself well, right? A lot of the time when you think you're ugly, you kind of like resign yourself to the fact that, oh, okay, I'm ugly, and you don't learn how to groom yourself properly. So for me, I remember I would have like massive beards, right? Right now, I just shaved literally like before I hopped on camera, but I would have like patchy ass beards down my face. I would not have the best hygiene, if I'm being honest. I think sometimes I did not smell the best, so we'll give that to where it is. I don't think I always smell the best. So I wouldn't have the best hygiene. And it kind of produced this mindset where I was like, if I'm already ugly, what's the point in trying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm already cooked, why am I going to try? But towards the end of high school, things started to change. You know what I'm saying? I had a girl that was actually interested in me. And like, I always say, confidence is kind of determined by other people, as controversial as that sounds, because oftentimes until somebody realizes the value in yourself, you will not realize the value in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll kind of just be looking at yourself like, okay, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But until somebody like imbues that confidence in you, oftentimes you'll just be sad. They're like, okay, I don't like myself or whatever. And you might not be thinking you don't like yourself. Like, I don't think back then I woke up like, I don't like myself. But I think now that I'm in a position where I have so much more self-love, like so much more, it's ridiculous. Some might say I'm even a bit cocky, you know what I'm saying, if you know me in real life. But now that I'm in that position, it's a thing where it's like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't love myself properly back then. So during that period, I wasn't taking care of myself properly. And it's a self-fulfilling cycle, like I said, until I got my first like compliment. I got my first like affirmation from this girl I was talking to at the time, right? And that kind of changed the course of me, like, okay, let me like put more effort in the way I look, you know what I'm saying? Specifically because I had like a couple dates with a person in particular. I was like, yo, I can't be looking the way I'm looking. So I didn't do nothing crazy. I didn't hop on the skincare routine. I didn't hop on the vitamin C. This is goated, by the way, for clearing up your skin. If you're black, get on this. I didn't do nothing crazy in it. I think I tried to get more regular haircuts. I tried to like do something with my hair. I tried to get waves. I swear every black boy in the UK at one point had a wave phase. You know what I'm saying? And just in general, I started working out and taking care of my body, going to Muay Thai, and that was the big confidence shifter because I started to see the difference in my body, and I was like, yo, for the first time, I see myself as attractive, and that's a big game changer. A lot of the time, I tell people that you might have like a look that society or like your friends or people might not necessarily be drawn to, but if you think you look like that nigga, they will oftentimes change their energy in response to you. So like, I have a big ass forehead, right? Look, it's not the nicest. It's not the nicest, but when I would have cornrows, right? I'd have cornrows and my forehead would be like all on display. Like, look at that, right? But when I had cornrows, I liked the way I looked because I was so used to having the low cut, like basically what I have now, in it. Funnily enough. And then when I got my cornrows, I'd be like, yo, I look nice. Like, I like how I look, you know what I'm saying? And then back then, and I'm saying back then because this is now entering uni, I had a couple friends, you know what I'm saying, be like, nah, bro, you don't even look that good. You got a mad forehead. But I looked in the mirror, I saw a sexy nigga, you know what I'm saying? I was a lot skinnier back then, lower body fat. Again, working out, doing Muay Thai, doing a lot of cardio. So, like, I leaned out. And no one could tell me shit. And I actually didn't do bad with the women back then, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the confidence. Even, I would pull up to the club with hair kind of like this, maybe even worse, to be honest. And I would still do my thing because at a certain level, the confidence you come from you thinking you look good changes the game. You know what I'm saying? But until you first get that outside affirmation, it's going to be tough. So if you're in that situation where you look in the mirror and you never have that damn I look good type of feeling, then I would encourage you to do a couple things. If you have bad skin, get a skincare routine, and start taking vitamin C and just taking care of yourself. If you don't like your hair and you're in a position where you have African parents or maybe some other type of parents and you can't do what you want with your hair, keep your hair like that. For now, just focus on the gym and focus on grooming. Grooming in terms of how you smell, grooming in terms of if you want facial hair, and make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, you trim it, you keep it nice, you shave. If you don't want any facial hair, make sure you shave regularly. Even learning how to cut your own hair so you're always looking fresh. Small stuff like this will like help your confidence. And then obviously going to the gym as well, building that physique, filling out your t-shirts, it's gonna help your confidence massively because you're gonna kind of see the work you put in to make you better looking. And it does two things. Number one, you look better, but number two, you know the work it took you to look better, so you appreciate your looks more. I say it all the time. There's people who are amazingly, like, they're born 10 out of 10 attractive, but they don't even find themselves attractive oftentimes because a lot of the time they were just blessed. And I found myself as somebody who okay. You know, sometimes I think I look amazing. Sometimes as now I think I look okay. Whenever I'm in a stage where I'm like, fuck it, I want to level up. Like right now, I got this thing for my teeth to scrape off the scales, and I'm really doing a massive not operation like medically, but just grinding to get my teeth whiter. Or right now, I'm trying to find the right thing for my skin to make my skin brighter or fix my diet up. I'm going on a cut. I want to lean out a bit. Whenever I'm in this phase where I'm like, I'm glowing up, I'm gonna look better. Like I'm actually committed to this. Whenever I start getting near my goals, the confidence is different because I'm like, yo, I built this brick by brick. Like nobody did this for me. I got Leng. Me, I'm the one who decided I was gonna get Leng, and I got Leng. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in that stage, definitely. The second stage is when you go from ugly to good looking. This stage right here is dangerous because you oftentimes, without knowing it, hold a lot of resentment for the people who didn't treat you well when you didn't look attractive. Because the truth is, the real ones in your life, like the people who really valued you, their opinion doesn't really change about you. Like they might compliment you a bit, but if they truly had like a value for you and they truly respected you in terms of friends and even women in your life, like, and they saw the value in you when you didn't even see it in yourself. Because even when we think we look ugly, we're always a little more attractive than we think we are, just by a little bit. Those people won't change. They'll be real. But the people who you aren't as close with or maybe dubbed you and you see they're showing interest in you, you see, oh, okay, I'm getting all this attention. And again, kind of like when you're clapped, you don't internalize it, but deep down when you look back, you're like, okay, no, I had a low resentment. So it might cause you to go wild and you might start to, I guess, want not a villain arc, but kind of want to like, okay, I'm good looking now. Let me do what good looking people do, which is just sleep around. And if you're in this stage, I'm not necessarily gonna knock you because I understand it. I hit that stage where like I got a lot better looking in a short amount of time and it went straight to my head and I had the biggest ego on earth. And you tie a lot of your values to your look as well, which is bad. As much as our looks is important, it's not the most important thing about us, and it doesn't make us who we are because our looks are always subject to change, especially if you did the work to glow up. You realize how quickly you can go from looking good to looking bad. Like right now, like I said, I don't know why my skin's acting up. Maybe it's because it's winter or whatever. I don't think I look the best, right? However, I've reached the stage now because I've grown up, I've looked bad, I've looked, you know what I'm saying, amazing, and now I just look okay. Like I look calm. I don't look amazing, but I don't look bad. Because I've reached this stage now, it's kind of like peace. It's kind of like, okay, I can breathe. I don't look too bad. I get a haircut maybe every 2 weeks, or if I'm gonna like meet somebody that I want to impress, or if I don't, you know what I'm saying, I might just long it out a bit more, but still like do genuine grooming and that. And that second stage, like I said, you're probably gonna be going crazy. You got a lot of resentment. You got a lot of hidden stuff you need to work on. And then the final stage, like I said, is just acceptance. You've been ugly. You've been super good looking. Right now, you might be in an uglier stage. Or like right now, in terms of what society deems as amazing and super attractive, I know I'm probably lower on the scale, closer to like average, maybe even below average. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really care because I have this inner confidence within me that I guess I got from being attractive. And then because you've already put in the work and you know you can get back to what you were, it kind of just stays. Like, even right now, I might not look the best, but I know I don't have any insecurity in terms of how I look because I know whatever it is, give it a couple months and I can change it. Like, I'm literally growing out my hair. I'm gonna get my dreads back. Like, I don't have any, like, I don't feel any type of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel any type of way whatsoever. But yeah, like that's just it. I don't. It's very simple in terms of you grind, you get to that point where you look a lot better, and then it's just like, okay, I can breathe easy now. And the beautiful thing is you put a lot less emphasis on your looks, and that's the stage where you start to be like, okay, I've reached this stage, whether I'm slightly higher on the attractive side or I'm slightly lower on the attractive side. At this point, you're used to it. It's not new to you. Now you're at a stage where you're like, okay, let's work on my personality. Because oftentimes when you're in that stage where you just get really attractive, and depending on how big the jump is, you will do so much bullshit, and you will regress so much as a person simply because you have no reason to focus on it, because now you're getting all this validation simply by looking good. I remember when I had my glow up, I was in the club, I was drinking, I was smoking, I was talking to so many different girls. And at the time, I was like, yeah, man, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm good looking. This is what good looking people do. But like I said, when you glow up and you just chill, you're like, okay, I look okay. I don't look like fucking Shrek anymore. You start to realize I need to work on the inner things to do with my personality. It's not just about, oh, I look good, so now I'm gonna do a mad thing. No, you start working on your goals, you start working on your character, you start working on your honesty, your integrity, the things that really matter. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna grow old and gray. Some of us can age gracefully, and I would advise those who go to the gym, take care of their body, try and eat healthy. Not even try, eat healthy. I said try because I've been lacking on my diet a little bit. But eat healthy, take care of our skin, get regular sleep or go to sleep at a right enough time, you know what I'm saying? Age gracefully simply by just living a healthy lifestyle. And yeah, you'll age gracefully, but you'll still age, you'll still get a bit gray, you'll still, you know what I'm saying? Youth does not last forever. And especially as a man, the older you get, you'll realize that as a man, your value is really not tied to how you look. When you're younger, it is, because obviously in high school, like, the game is more even in terms of with women, because at that point, no one really has money or any type of money to spend. It's really just about how you look. But the older you get, things like how much money you're making and can you provide for a family, how comfortable are you, you know what I'm saying? How in shape, or like how well do you take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Your character, what type of man are you, your goals, your vision, can you lead a family, are you disciplined? These are the character traits that start to matter way more than simply how you look. Are you funny, are you charismatic, you know what I'm saying? Can you talk to a multitude or a varied range of people? These are the things that matter. Can you protect a woman, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff matters infinitely more the older you get. It's like a progressive download in terms of, do women care about how you look? Now, they still care about the basics. You best be in the gym. You best have an okay physique. You know what I'm saying? The dad bods girls are talking about are literally niggas on the bulk. They're literally guys with hella muscle, just simply a higher body fat percentage. They're just bulking. So don't buy into that dad bod bullshit. And don't buy into that skinny boy, you know what I'm saying, surfer boy bullshit as well. Because as soon as you turn 25, and you're skinny with no hair, niggas it gets peak, you know what I'm saying? So you still need to go to the gym, keep a nice haircut, get groom yourself, take care of yourself. A lot of looks is just taking care of yourself, like regular, as crazy as it sounds, changing your bed sheets, regular showers, just the basics will make you look way better than what you look now. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing crazy, but simply the basics, and then focusing on inner self-improvement in terms of changing your financial situation, changing your lifestyle. How's your lifestyle set up? Are you living in a nice house? Are you living in a more moderate house? Are you able to go on holiday? Do you have financial freedom in terms of your time? Can you take care of the people around you? That's all gonna matter infinitely more than simply how you look. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I will say about the 3 stages of glowing up. Whatever stage you guys find yourself in, I hope that gave, I guess, a little more context to what you're going through, because I know when I was going through the stages, I wasn't even aware that there were stages. If you're in the first stage, like I said, really try and just anything you don't like. If you don't like your skincare routine, if you don't like the way your beard shape, or you think you look good with a facial hair and you have the genetics, grow out a beard. You know what I'm saying? Really use that time, especially when you're young, because when you're young, listen, it's the time to do so much with your life, you know what I'm saying? So really experiment with how you dress, everything, you know what I'm saying? Experiment, try and look better, and don't look better to fit into a societal box of what's good looking. Look better so you think you look good. Like I said, I used to get hairstyles that the mandem would violate, and that obviously I ain't trying to clark the mandem anyway, but still, even certain gal would be like, oh no, I like you better with your afro, not the cornrows. But I like the cornrows, so I kept the cornrows, and guess what? Them girls still talk to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple. I'm telling you, that energy when you feel you look good is so important. If you're at that stage where you look good, you're getting compliments, you're getting people being, you're lang, Take it easy, fella. You know what I'm saying? Just because you look good, you don't need to go crazy. Just because you look good, you don't need to be in every girl's inbox talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Have a bit of, be that nigga who looks good and is more reserved. You know what I'm saying? The reserved guy, because you still get the same female attention. If anything, it makes them want you more because they see you, you look good, you're well put together, you're attractive, but you're not in every girl's face. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like, oh, something's different about my man. You know what I'm saying? And focus on your goals. And if you're in that third stage of your life where you've been super duper attractive, maybe you still are super duper attractive, but you've kind of matured out of the novelty of it, and now it's like, okay, yeah, I look good, or if I'm in a slump where I don't look good, I can get back to looking good, but I want to focus on, the character stuff, then you are in the right channel. This is Ifeanyi's Journal. I share my journey and hopefully I can help you. Make sure you guys subscribe and like videos, and then if you're in that phase of your life, hopefully I can offer you some help with my videos. And yeah, that's it.